They're third-party tested. That means they're independently tested. They all have a certificate of analysis. It's called a report card on what the formulas are and what they contain. And they're all free of common allergens like gluten, soy, shellfish, no colors, no artificial colors, no preservatives of any kind in the formulas. They're all about science. They're all about efficacy. They're all about specific dosages and safety. The formulas are. And so these are the two formulas together. Daytime restore for energy, nighttime repose for nighttime for relaxation. And we're going to draw. They had some individuals come in a little bit later. Who did not get one of these red tickets? Okay, I'll answer questions as we do that. Yes, ma'am.
No, tickets.
Oh, tickets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I also wanted to ask, do you take the daytime one in addition to everything else you take?
Yes. So it's not a multi. So it doesn't, other than maybe some vitamin D3, it's not going to duplicate anything that's in your multi. Exactly.
Does it do anything if taking other meds?
We have a disclaimer on the box because obviously for safety reasons we want to make sure that all people who take it are not going to have any issues. We have yet to see any issue in the literature leading up to this and in the times that we've been selling this that anyone has had a problem. But if you're taking certain medications, say for blood pressure, for cholesterol, blood thinners, it is always a good idea to consult with your physician. And that's just the standard across-the-board disclaimer. We like to say that because if there is any concern that you think about, obviously I would check with them. Now I think we also talked about this on Wednesday, that my guidepost is always, would I recommend this to a family member? And so if a family member were taking any of these medications, would I personally feel safe? Yes. But I would still suggest, please inform your doctor that you're taking this formula. But there's nothing inherently in there that would cause an issue, even if you're on meds. Oops, sorry. There you go. Hey, young man, how are you? All right. You go.
I have a question too.
Sure, absolutely.
So if I'm taking Ambien per doctor orders, can I just stop it one night, try this, or do I need to let it get out of my system for a certain amount of time?
Never ever stop any medication, including Ambien, because of the rebound effect that occurs. Medications, especially like the Ambiens, the narcotics, they are very powerful, and so some people have to take them because that's the only way they can get to sleep. My mother-in-law won't take nighttime restore, but she takes Ambien when she needs to. That's just her choice. And the idea being, and this is a difficult question sometimes they ask, because the right way to go is to tell your physician, I'd like to do something naturally concurrently with what you're doing for me medically.
Yeah, but they always want to just give you drugs.
Exactly. That's therein lies the rub, because they're going to say, no, we don't know how it interacts. We don't know what other issues evolve from that. Don't do it. The guideline that I do, if I'm sharing with my family member, I would say strongly, please speak with your physician before you attempt to do this, just to make sure he knows what's going on. I would not personally take it if I'm on Ambien. I would not personally take it because there may be too much of an effect. One may augment the other. The natural products may augment the Ambien, and now you're having other issues. Because Ambien by itself can cause individuals to wake up in the middle of the night, to sleepwalk. There have been issues of individuals actually hurting their family members because they're on this medication. And I understand in some cases you absolutely have to do it because that's the only way you get to sleep. But to say that it's okay to stop one and take the natural medicine, I just don't feel comfortable.
I was going to ask you about the Siberian ginseng.
Yes.
That's more of a stimulant, right?
No, incorrect. No. Because, and we mentioned this on Wednesday, ginseng, it's this connotation that it is a stimulant, as in Korean ginseng. Ginseng and the Chinese medicine have a way of sort of characterizing the different ginsengs. Some are hotter, more stimulatory, and some are cooler in their nature. American ginseng, for example, is very cooling. Hence, the reason why it's recommended for American audiences. We tend to be hot to begin with. Just think about, the phraseology that we often use. Hot under the collar. Yeah, I'm hot and mad. Well, Americans tend to run hot to begin with, so we don't need any more stimulants. So American ginseng is really good. Siberian ginseng, on the other hand, is not actually a ginseng. It is called that. Its more correct name is Eleuthero. Eleuthero is what Siberian ginseng really is. Why it's called Siberian ginseng, I'm not sure, other than I know that back in the, I think it was in the 60s, the Olympic, the Russian Olympic runners and athletes used Siberian ginseng for stamina and for their activities, and it was allowed back then. I don't know if it's allowed these days. So the short answer is no, it is not stimulant. It is not a stimulant, and you can actually take it even if you've got blood pressure issues. I would not recommend, say, Korean ginseng, however, if you do have blood pressure issues.
So what in that formula gives you the energy? If that's calming.
You need to be here on Wednesday. But as I mentioned, it's the polyphenols in the green tea. It is the Siberian ginseng, which helps you to reduce stress. The whole idea with Wednesday's talk about energy wasn't to give you something to stimulate you. It was to offset oxidation, inflammation, and stress. When you deal with those three, and those three most people don't even connect with energy. When you deal with those three, all of a sudden there's a lot more available energy. And that's what that formula does. The Daytime Restore helps deal with oxidation, inflammation, and stress. Thus, you get the energy. George?
Is there a company that makes C3 turmeric?
Yes, that is a specific, not formula, but a specific ingredient or trade name of the curcumin complex. It's called Sabinsa Corp. S-A-B-I-N-S-A Corp. So if you did a Google search and typed in curcumin C3 complex, or you put in Sabinsa Corp, in either way you get the website, and that's the company that makes it.
Doctor's Best.
Doctor's Best is what
Doctor's Best, that's it.
Has the curcumin C3?
Isolated, yeah.
Yep. So they probably get it from Sabinsa Corp. So if you look on the back, right? If you look on the back, it'll probably say trademark formula or ingredient from Sabinsa Corp. And Sabinsa Corp naturally makes black pepper extract, and they put the two together. And that black pepper extract allows for that to be absorbed at a higher rate.
Stress caused by cortisol. How do you control cortisol, and where is it secreted from?
The adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are your energy powerhouse. And your adrenal glands are where you secrete not only cortisol, but adrenaline, noradrenaline. It's the stress hormones. And the thing is that cortisol is intended, its purpose is to allow you to deal with stress. It throws out more sugar. It releases sugar from your liver in cases of, you've heard about the old flight and fight syndrome, right? If you're about ready to stand and fight, you need energy, available energy to do what you need to do. But if you're going to turn tail and run because he or she is bigger than you, or it's a saber-toothed tiger, then you still need energy to run. Cortisol releases sugar stores from your liver and allows you to then function at a much higher rate. It closes up blood vessels, increases blood pressure, it gets you going. And the thing about it is, normal release of cortisol during times of stress is okay. It's the fact that as Americans, we seem to have chronic levels of cortisol all the time. We have cortisol simply just when we listen to CNN. Right? We have cortisol levels every time the in-laws come to visit.
Fox News.
We have cortisol especially during Fox News. Especially. We have cortisol when we watch the Casey Anthony trial. I mean, it's everywhere. So, best ways to do that. I like phosphatidylserine, ideally for lowering cortisol. I like the Siberian ginseng and the ashwagandha root for lowering cortisol. I like a product called Relora for cortisol. It has theanine and something else in it. I forget what it is. You know what it is?
No.
The brand name, though,
Yeah.
Source Natural makes it. I know that, and maybe in a couple of companies called Relora, R-E-L-O-R-A, Relora. That's the name brand of a product that has theanine and something else in it. I forget what it is. That's an excellent way to lower cortisol. As you saw, the theanine in here, great for calming. It too supports cortisol reduction.
Thank you. Do you have any secrets?